What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, joined by Geekdom 101 for another Dragon Ball Super discussion. Today, oh boy, today is going to be a really interesting one. Now, to start off, we're not going to talk about any spoilers. No, well, okay. There's going to be a brief spoiler, but it's just one quote, two quotes actually. Yeah, two quotes from the most recent Dragon Ball Super episode.
I don't think it's anything too crazy.
Yeah, it's not anything story deep, so if for some reason you want to leave and not watch it anyways, or maybe you've already watched the episode this morning, then sure, keep watching. But it's literally just two quotes. So episode 30, was it 35 today that aired?
35. 36
so,
next week.
Monaka. Monaka has been the biggest mystery in Dragon Ball Super since the Namekians were revealed in Dragon Ball. Like, what the hell is the green guy? And everyone wants to know what's so special about Monaka. All we know is he's really, really strong. He is the second strongest, or the first strongest person that Beerus has ever fought. And he looks weird. He just has nipples. Like, what is he? Why? Like, what's his big secret?
Yeah, I mean, several of us have done speculation videos
Lots
about.
Of them.
Yeah, Unreal did one last week about who this guy is, and there was one thing I want to real quick point out before we go any further. There was a rumor that was started from Latin America, who is not my favorite. I'm Latin American, but Dragon Ball community down there is notorious for misinformation about Monaka being Ozato.
And you see on the screen right now.
Yeah, some people don't even know who Ozato is. I did a video about it called Who is Ozato, and I talk about who Ozato actually is. Go watch that video. It's on my channel, but I'll tell you, he's a video game boss from a very rare Dragon Ball Z video game back in 1994 or 93. 93. But people were saying that was Monaka's true identity, and that is, of course, 100% bullshit, made-up misinformation.
Yep.
It's not Ozato, but that doesn't mean that we can't speculate. And like you were about to say, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 35, Whis and Beerus have a very interesting conversation about. It's very brief, and again, I don't want people to think that this is like a trash video. There is something to this.
Yeah.
I'm curious. It did raise my eyebrows.
Yeah, and what we're going to do is we'll tell our theory on what Monaka is, but we want to hear from you guys as well, because actually we're going to do a video on Geekdom's channel in a couple of days, so this is your chance to join the speculation talk. In the comment section below, post your best theory as to what you think Monaka is. But Geekdom, should we reveal this information about what happened in episode 35?
Well, they've been warned, okay? If you don't want to, it's not really a big spoiler. It's
just two quotes. The first quote, big shout out to Herms, as always, for translating as he goes when the episode is being aired live. First quote says, Whis hints at some big secret toward Monaka's quote-unquote true identity. How long do you plan on hiding it, Lord Beerus? That's what he says in the episode.
That's it, yeah.
Then, it's also said, Beerus says when Monaka's mind is one, he incinerates anyone who gets in his way, friend or foe. He destroyed a planet that way once. So,
this guy's pretty damn scary, dude.
These characteristics, they sound very familiar. Geekdom, what do you think someone like this would be doing? Like, why would, like...
I mean,
it's
dude,
very destructive.
Exactly. And what do his nipples represent? Well, I will say one thing before we get into that, too. The other big mystery that they're teasing us with as well. Again, I really like the way this episode was done. I'm not going to review it here, but I like the way that they are planting the seeds for future shit, because they also talked about Hito and how he's apparently a legendary mercenary. So there's a whole other like secret. And so I don't know about you,
that part was kind of a spoiler. We're not gonna talk about spoilers.
That's kind of, but not really. I didn't say what he did.
It's not
it was
that big
just one
of a
line.
story. Yeah.
But the point is that I really want to see the Hito versus Monaka fight now, because I feel like now they're starting to really build this thing up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
with
so
that
essentially.
With that said, though, tomorrow I will do my full review in episode 35 once I watch the sub version. So come back for that tomorrow. We'll discuss everything that happened in the episode. But Monaka.
Monaka could be.
There's two theories off the top of the head that come to mind. First theory is he was an ex-god of destruction that Beerus fought to become the next god of destruction. Because if you remember in Battle of Gods, didn't they say something that was like, "Hey, do you want me the next god of destruction?"
In the movie, this was not in Super, but in the movie, Whis tells Goku that Beerus will eventually, I don't know if he said retire, die, or whatever, and he offers the job to Goku. So yes, in Dragon Ball, in the Dragon Ball universe, gods are essentially like an occupation. For example, right, all the way back in Dragon Ball, Kami literally translates to God, and God was essentially what they call the child of Katatsu, aka the nameless Namekian.
Yep.
He became God. But his name wasn't actually Kami. God is what they called him because, like Piccolo said when they fused, it's a name that we long forgot. Same thing with the Kaios. The Kaios are assigned their position. So the gods of destruction are also assigned their position. The question is, who assigns them? We may never know. But your theory, and what also crossed my mind, was that Monaka may have been a god of destruction prior to Beerus, and Beerus beat him in a fight and took his spot.
Yeah, because you always have to have a god of destruction. Is the law of the balance. Like, it's the law of the universe. There has to be some kind of balance, light and dark, good and bad.
Creation and destruction.
Exactly.
They said it in the first trailer for Battle of Gods.
So the first thing we came up with is Monaka had to have possibly been the original god of destruction of Universe 7, and that would make sense. I mean, who else would be that strong? It's got to be a god. And now that makes me believe, okay, that he probably doesn't have a transformation, which makes me happy because seeing that little tiny shrimp fight the way he fights, if he fights like Beerus, for example, would be so badass. Now, the second theory, and I like this one. You came up with this one. Why don't you go tell this one?
The other one is that maybe he's the god of destruction from another universe. Maybe he's from Universe 5 or 3 or whatever, and maybe he is a guy who Beerus met along the way on his travels. Again, this is just my headcanon. And maybe the gods of that other universe, maybe he's just visiting and he's borrowing him for the tournament. It could be very possible. I mean, Beerus does tell Goku at the end of the Battle of Gods movie, he says, don't you think that there's going to be a lot of tough guys in other universes? He doesn't just say, Universe 6. And I feel like Toriyama wouldn't say 12 universes if they didn't plan on exploring at least more than one. Because I got to be real, dude. Even if it's not in Super, even if they make, and like I said this on your video a long time ago, and I think people misinterpreted what I said. I said on your channel, I said Toriyama has handed Toei 10 years worth of material. Now, people took that literally, like Toriyama gave them a giant binder with 10 years worth of episodes. That's not what I meant. I'm talking about conceptually. If there's 12 universes, we might not see all 12 in Super, but what if they do a video game about Universe 11? What if they do a manga about Universe 10?
It's funny you say that because Dragon Ball Fusions just got the story revealed literally 5 minutes ago, and the idea with that game is two random kids, wanted to win a universe tournament, so they gathered their Dragon Balls, they wished for it, and then Shenron showed up, and their wish was to make the universal tournament. So it fused all the Dragon Ball timelines into one for this gigantic tournament.
That sounds like multiverse, bro.
Yeah, which is how Karoli gets born. So it's funny. It's funny to bring that up. I just want to toss it in there real fast.
No, but it is funny, and that's the thing is that we that's the one theory about Monaka as well. I mean, he could just be a really strong guy, but I feel like it's weird with we saying, are you gonna reveal his identity? No, it's not Broly.
It's obviously a joke at this point in this community.
It is a joke, bro. I got a lot of comments about that on my review.
Yeah. Also, if anyone ever comments in our videos, oh, it's Broly, don't be too harsh on them, guys, because obviously they're just going with the joke. A lot of people will just say, oh, Broly is inside Mega's armor, for example. It's all a joke. Like, people like to have fun. So don't take it too serious when you see those comments. Just want to kind of toss it out there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of it. I'm thinking he might actually be a previous god of destruction.
Well, the big thing that throws that makes me believe he was just because of the fact that whether it's friend or foe, he will incinerate anybody, which is why Beerus was so adamant about Goku getting in his way. But then at the same time, it's funny. Actually, yeah, it makes sense because remember Beerus had a huge freak out when Goku punched him. So it makes sense. Like, as a god of destruction, you don't really have a good, like, you're not good or bad. You just kind of go with the flow. So it only makes sense that he's either an ex-god of destruction or that he was or is a god currently in another universe. And it would make sense because his design is so different and unique.
I think that makes sense to me. Not just that, but again, they wouldn't. The key thing is here that Whis wouldn't just say, do you want to reveal his identity? Because here's the way it works when you write a story. A reveal is not shocking unless we already have a pre-established notion of what the reveal could be. If they reveal that he's an alien from the planet Toilet, we don't even know what the planet Toilet is, so It wouldn't have any impact. So there has to be something previously in the Dragon Ball lore somewhere that Toriyama's given us in the past that would lead us to believe, to kind of speculate and come up with who this guy actually is. So again, I've been very impressed with Toriyama's writing lately and his lore building with Universe 6. Again, it's not perfect. There are still questions like why are they still using gold hair? We've all speculated, but I'm just saying that his creation of characters is still second to none. Even if his writing's not the best, his creation of characters and lore is still pretty damn fantastic. So, yeah, man, we'll see. I don't know.
All I know is I can't wait to see Monaka fight. If he really is a god destruction or an X-God, that's going to be amazing.
That's the one thing that I think the entire community can pretty much be united on, except for people who don't have a brain. And it doesn't matter if you're like one of the Kanzenshu guys or like myself who grew up trading tapes, or if you started watching with Kai, or if you learned. There's people who first learned about Dragon Ball through Xenoverse like last year. It's crazy. It doesn't matter when you first started. I think that's the one thing that people want to see now more than anything. I think that honestly, it's not even about Goku and Vegeta, Monaka and Hito. I think everybody wants to see what they can do.
That's gonna be badass. That's gonna be super badass.
Two guys, and you know what? Credit to Toriyama for creating these guys and building them up properly, bro. They're doing it right. They're doing what so many other stories can't do, and that's build up things properly.
With that said, tune in tomorrow for the full review, episode 35. We'll go over all the nitty-gritty, the details, the awesomeness that happened in this episode. It was incredible, by the way. I want to say this is probably one of the most favorite episodes that happened yet. Like, animation, storytelling, choreography was all on point, but we'll discuss that tomorrow. But before we end this video, if you want to participate and be part of Geekdom's next video that I'm going to be doing with him on his channel, then comment below your best theory as to what you think Monaka is, and we'll get a bunch of them. It's going to be a fun video in a couple days or so. So, Geekdom,
yeah. No, I'm just going to say, in the comment below, leave your theory. What we'll do is during the week we'll look at the theory, and if we like the theory, we're gonna pick 3 or 5, probably 5, and then we'll discuss it next week on my channel, probably Monday or Tuesday. I haven't decided yet, unless they reveal it on Sunday, which I highly doubt they will. They're not gonna reveal Monaka this soon.
Not yet. They're gonna tease that for a while.
Exactly, yeah, and we'll discuss our 5 favorite theories, and yeah, I think it should be a fun time, and you can have your name featured on the video because we're gonna say who said it. So, or now, if it's multiple people though, unfortunately we can't. Like, for example, if you give a theory and then somebody gave one before you, we can't say everyone's name. So I apologize for that ahead of time, but we will discuss the theory.
We'll just scroll through the comments. We'll see the top ones. We'll read all of them. We'll see all the unique ones, but all the ones that are similar, we'll just grab the top one, whoever said it first. So just comment below your best theory, or if you just agree with us. For all we know, everyone's going to say, oh, this is the God Destruction. That's going to be the only theory. But I don't know, get creative with this. It'll be fun.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys in a couple days for the next one. So yeah, all right, Geekdom, this is a fun one. I'm excited. Dragon Ball Super is more exciting than ever before, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like right below. Check out Geekdom below in the description. I almost said comment section. In the description. And as always, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. We'll see you guys in the comment section below.
Peace.